Shoot Brothers podcast, the one and only wrestling podcast hosted by Mike the Shoot Shepherd and Cam Thunder Osborne.
I'm here. I am here. I am clapping along with the studio audience today.
Studio audience. Yes, we got a couple people with their masks and gloves on watching the shows, singing along, clapping. But we're here. Wrestling's still going. It's strong. It's live. Some of it was live, I think.
It's wrestling. Some of it was live, I think.
Yeah, a lot of it was taped. But, things are going. Pay-per-views are happening. Tweets are still occurring. So...
that is true. The world doesn't stop. We're doing great out here. My personal wrestling consumption schedule has not changed, which I feel like has been nice. I remain unaffected by the taped versus pre-taped. I'm never watching it live anyways.
Yeah.
So my personal schedule is still on par, but everything's wild right now. So let's just keep moving, because you mentioned before Twitter, and we have a Tweet of the Week champion. It's the Tweet of the Week. It's the Tweet of the Week.
We must.
We must. We always do. I don't think there's been a single week where that has not occurred.
I don't want to call it out, but there may have.
Okay. God, Hulkster's been on a tear the past 2 weeks. I think he's coming fresh off of his thoughts about vaccinations, I believe. Vaccines.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
That was an interesting one. But, okay, so... this was actually something pretty cool that Nielsen Sports put out. They put out their top 10 athletes, social media handles with the highest amount of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? Over the past, year that it was. And this is pretty sick because, the winner by a huge margin is WWE athletes over other... over other sports and stuff, right? So it's engagement is everything that across all social media platforms. You got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Instagram. So I got to give it to number one on the list. Mike, you will probably not be surprised. Number one on the list, Mandy Rose.
Whoa!
Mandy Rose is the most engaged with athlete out of all sports, which is crazy.
Yeah. In all of the world of social media, of everything.
In all of the world of social media, WWE athletes actually represent 40% of sport athlete social media interaction, because coming up 2 on the list is actually Sasha Banks. You have Natalya at number 4, and what's her name? Lana number 6.
There's a clear trend going on here.
And Liv Morgan at number 10,
yes.
which is crazy.
Any men in the top 10?
No men in the top 10.
Yeah,
all the men that aren't, you have Giannis Antetokounmpo number 3, Tom Brady's number 5, Julian Edelman's number 7, Trae Young, and then Patrick Mahomes. So there's definitely a trend going on here. But Mandy Rose is top of the list, so I got to give it to her. Mandy Rose is maybe not only the Tweet of the Week champion, but the social media of the week.
Social media champion of the world.
Social media champion of the world. Giving it to you, Mandy Rose.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there was there a tweet to go with it, or that's just the fact?
That's just the fact. Yeah, no,
okay.
she's
that's
she's
that's
achieved
good enough for me.
so much in her time.
Yeah, and she's currently doing all right on television, so
and taking that belt away from nasty old get off my television Hulk Hogan.
Dirty old man.
Dirty old Hulk Hogan.
I guess 2 other tidbits of news here. Throw it in.
Fun.
Of course, the releasing last week sent shockwaves through the world.
Shockwaves through not only the world, this show, the community at large, really.
Yes, exactly.
So much great content.
Streets.
I saw people on the streets protesting.
There were flags half-mast.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, one man that kind of a couple days later, he thought he might have escaped, but he didn't, because Cassius Ohno has also been released.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Not that we've seen him much, but, he was a good vet, good presence to have around.
I think he was on NXT UK currently, right?
That's probably why we haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, there was this string of, right when NXT was really getting hot, when Cassius Ohno was everybody's first match, like or first kind of like match on a pay-per-view, and he would put you over every time. I think it happened to like Velveteen, Matt Riddle, Velveteen Dream, possibly like Andrade or Drew, one of those two guys, like right when the shows are getting hot.
I could see that. Aleister Black, maybe. So
probably, like probably Aleister Black, and he'd put all those guys over.
He was
too bad.
Too bad.
The releasing knows no bounds, right? No. Which is the true scary part.
And then one final piece of news, because one of our champions has been traded. As, Rob Gronkowski, the 24/7 champion, is now property of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which makes you wonder what's going to happen with this title. Everyone's wants to. I say he keeps it into the NFL season, starts bringing that thing to the games.
No, the man's retired from football. He hasn't played football in I think 2 years.
He just got traded to the Bucs, where Tom Brady is. He's coming back. It's done. It's a done deal.
You think it's a done deal?
It's a done deal. He's on the field.
Done deal. He's there as we speak.
And I want him to keep that title. Bring it to NFL. Fox is already with SmackDown, so there you go.
And I'm sure there's definite business interests there between the WWE and we know the state of Florida, right? Just in general, right?
Yeah.
Making wrestling essential business. I mean, of course, they were going to have Mania there, and I think, like we said before, they're after Los Angeles next year. They're going to have it there again.
Yeah, redo.
No, a redo. There's clearly some interest there. Who knows? It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, so anyway.
If R-Truth pinned Rob Gronkowski at halftime or something of a Tampa Bay Bucs game.
Hey. Yeah, they'd be able to no bumps, but you can get rolled up. That's all we can do.
Yeah, no bumps.
And he's got to wear football equipment while you do it. That's the extra. But there you go. That's our tweet. That's our news. That's everything.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff, and that's a lot of big stuff.
It's been a wild one, a wild week.
The releasing, of course, which is
another part of this crazy.
Goddamn, I don't even know what to say. No, we're gonna bring it up later on in the show when we talk about Wednesday night.
It'll come up, I'm sure.
It's gonna come up before when we get to our Wednesday night. But even before Wednesday night, there was Monday night, and even before Monday night, we were live for some Friday Night SmackDown. Okay, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for SmackDown Live. It used to be on Tuesday, but then I think it was on Friday before, though. No, wait. We used to film it on a Thursday and then release it. It's just SmackDown Live.
Yes, we were.
We were, or live. We were there. Let's just say we were there.
Let's just say.
Perfect.
So Bliss Cross were there. They come out first. We got the Moment of Bliss. They bring out their guest, Universal Champion Braun Strowman. They congratulate him for beating Goldberg, and he says thank you, and he congratulates them on becoming the first ever 2-time women's tag champs, which didn't really even realize, but
neither did I.
Yeah. Then they talk about Bray Wyatt calling out Braun last week, and he's like, I used to be part of that family, but I want to forget all about that past. He didn't create me. Everything I've achieved, I've done it on my own. And then Bliss goes to ask another question, but then Braun's like, hey, wait a minute. Is that for me? And then he goes over to the corner of the ring where there's a little wrapped up gift, and Braun's like, oh, thanks, Lexi. You didn't have to. But then Bliss is just like, Braun. But he opens the gift up and pulls out his old black sheep mask that he used to wear when he was in the Wyatt. And then Bliss and Cross just kind of slowly back out of the ring, and Wyatt's laugh plays, and that was it. Yeah.
It echoes throughout the whole performance center.
Yeah. And then I think Cole and Graves officially announced that they will fight at Money in the Bank.
At Money in the Bank. Okay. Yeah. Great. Who knows what the hell's going to happen there? It's funny that I guess with Roman Reigns out presumably for the next little while, what else is happening on SmackDown right now in a main event type of scene?
Yeah, I think it's kind of wide open, this Universal title. I don't know. I could almost see it going right back to Bray if they wanted to.
Yeah, it seems like all the fun people have been involved around that IC title, around Sami Zayn. That's been all the fun stuff lately.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We don't even know what kind. Is this just going to be a regular match? Is it going to be The Fiend? Is it going to be Bray? Is it going to be another Funhouse type thing?
Another Funhouse match? Who the heck knows?
Yeah. But someone else who's been featured a lot lately, Tamina's here. she's taking on Sasha Banks, and if she beats her, she gets a title shot at Bayley. Before the match, Sasha tries to give her a little boss T-shirt. And she's just like, this is a small. I wear an extra large. And she throws it away. And I'm like, extra large? You're selling yourself a little short. But that's okay. She tosses Sasha around for a bit. The boss fights back because she's better. But, later on, Tamina gets tossed outside the ring. Bayley takes off her shoe and is ready to smack her with it. But Lacey Evans comes out, hits a running Superman forearm, takes out Bayley, and then Sasha back in the ring, gets super kicked by Tamina and pinned. So Tamina gets a title shot. Who saw that coming?
Gets a title shot and a push, and that's all right.
It's okay. It's better than Nia. So,
or just doing something and seeing it through. Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. You know, these past 3-4 weeks or whatever, they've been pushing Tamina. So she'll get her title shot. She probably won't win, but at least she had, she survived the releasing.
She survived the releasing and got a, someone who survived the releasing that I thought of the other day was Curtis Axel. And and
Bo
the other
Dallas?
guy, Bo Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe because they're sons of legends, I guess.
Oh, yeah, they want to keep the good relationship up, I guess, though.
Yeah, with their dead father. But yeah, no, that's a good point. We haven't seen that guy in a long, long time.
Long time, I know. Oh, well.
But Charlie Caruso, she's not getting released because she's one of the best they got. Backstage interviewer, she's interviewing Lacey, and she says Sasha got a taste of her own medicine after what she done to me and my family, and I'm not going to stop until that mission's over. So I guess there's your little side feud, Lacey-Sasha.
Perfect.
Yeah, why not? Two of my faves. And we got Sheamus taking on Denzel DeJournette. Yeah, you know what's going to happen here. Sheamus clobbers him around, hits the brogue kick, gets the win. And then after the match, Sheamus is bad. He's in Cole's face, Michael Cole, talking about Jeff Hardy. So I guess that's going to be the return feud.
Perfect. Couple old guys going at it.
Yeah, they're hyping it up. They showed part 2 of the Jeff Hardy journey. This one was all about his struggles with addiction.
Drug. Hey, this is a PG show, kids. This isn't,
it's real life.
It's real. It's real life.
They showed mugshots and all that.
Yeah, the little siren sound effect in the background when you and the sound of the jail cell closing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like all those mad commercials.
Exactly. Mothers against drunk driving. There you go.
Yeah, so he'll be back soon. We're looking forward. But backstage, Carmella's here, and she's scolding Dana Brooke for being in a Money in the Bank qualifier match when she should be prepping for their tag title shot next week. But Dana's like, nah, I got this. So that's next. Dana Brooke's taking on Naomi for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Mm-hmm. Dana's talking smack, looking aggressive. I like this side of her. She always looks a little bit better every time we see her, for whatever little TV time she gets. But anyways, Naomi puts up a good fight. She hits that rear view for a 2 count. She goes for the split-legged moonsault, but Brooke rolls out of the way and then follows up with a sunset flip into a pin and gets the 3 count. Her biggest win of her career, I think.
That could be. I feel like she's always in a qualifying match and then lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And now she's in a qualifying match and won. And just like Tamina over, on the other side there, like let's just freshen it all up.
Yeah, this is fun. She'll be in a ladder match. We'll see what she can do, and it'll be.
And she's huge. She can lift. She can lift up Tamina.
Jacked.
She's gonna
muscle
on.
That'll be fun.
Be
she can do some fun
fantastic.
stuff. Then Sonya Deville comes out. Sonya Deville wants to clear the air with our Tweet of the Week champion Mandy, and this whole situation with Otis and Ziggler and everything. And Mandy's been avoiding her calls for weeks, and she just wants her to come out, make things right. She starts getting really emotional here. I thought it was pretty good acting. She's talking about they've been together day 1, and finally Mandy comes out. She's like, what? And anyways, they're talking about how close they are, and, last 5 years you were more than family to me. And what I'm trying to say is you are the most selfish human being I've ever met in my life. She swerved her, and then Mandy's like, what? What does this have to do with Otis and me? And she's like, always about you, bitch. And anyways... Eventually, she talks about striking a deal with Ziggler. People come out. I think Ziggler comes out to calm things down. And then Otis comes out. Everyone starts fucking around. Yeah. Anything you remember from this segment? I thought it was good. I thought it was good mic work from Mandy.
This was great from both of them.
Yeah,
I thought,
Sonya. Sonya was what I meant to say. Sonya did really well. Mandy did her part as
no, of course. No, one thing. When I think of like a mid-card women's feud, literally nothing ever comes to mind, and never has. It's something that we often say they'll struggle enough in kind of writing that main card feud. Let alone something, especially in a women's division, right? Like this has been a very, very compelling mid-card story in the women's division. I think that's the coolest thing. I think that's the
This has been months in this has been going on since like Christmas.
It's been months of this, months in this in the way that
in a good way.
If this was a men's mid-card story, this would have been the exact same thing. But we're just seeing it, by different people again, like trying new things or whatever it might be. All these women on the main roster, they have this badass NXT roster that's literally coming for their jobs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people down there coming for your jobs. You're going to have to step your game up. Like, just because you're on Raw, just because you're on SmackDown does not mean you're going to be wanted forever.
Yeah. And of course, they had to throw in the bitch in there. She's calls Mandy the eye candy, no talent. I was a star, fire and desire, not some centerfold bitch. So there you go.
Wait, so Sonya was the fire?
She was the star. I don't know.
Oh, I guess Mandy was the desire.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Okay.
So there you go. Ziggler comes out. Otis comes out, and all this shit happens. And then we get Cesaro taking on Daniel Bryan. Money in the Bank qualifier match. And then early on in the match, we get the screen glitches, and we cut to the hooded figure sitting in front of his screens, and he says, "We've heard all the lies, but when will we hear the truth?" And then it shows little clips of teams like Bliss Cross, Sasha Bailey, Usos, New Day, Miz Morrison. So he's just teasing one of these teams. Something's going on. Keep your friends close and enemies closer.
What's happening, Mike? What is happening?
I like it.
Who is it?
I'm digging it.
Who is it? Who's the hacker? Or what?
So some people online have taken this clip and they've slowed the voice down, and they've separated the voice, and they found two voices. One belongs to Mustafa Ali, who's been speculated, and the other belongs to Chad Gable. So who knows?
Shorty G?
Shorty G. Maybe he's, I don't know. Ollie G.
That's
Team
cool.
Ollie G.
Two people's names, two people's voices superimposed on top of each other or something.
Yeah.
Wild. I forgot about Chad Gable there for a sec. I was still in the Mustafa Ali camp because of that the logo thing. I just don't know why he would want to hack. That's what I'm.
Yeah, it seems a little out of character.
It seems a little out of character. But if we're repackaging, boom, let's fucking go for it.
He was always kind of like that vigilante cop guy, but this is like a little more creepy than that. This is invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, because remember he did those like badass,
he's
kind of like selfie promo kind of things.
Yeah, talking about justice and
like that was cool, and still same kind of thing, right? I guess but now he's doing it like a hacking point of view, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it might not even be him, but
of course, to think about it as a team though, that a tag team of
that'd be kind of interesting though.
Two underutilized guys. Hey, why not?
Yeah. But anyways, there was still a match going on here. Cesaro Bryan doing lots of good mat wrestling. Bryan's targeting Cesaro's injured arm, going for arm bars. A really stiff kick to his head at one point. Nice slow-mo replay. But then eventually Bryan's got the yes lock locked in. Nakamura tries to get in, but Gulak stops him, and Cesaro taps out. So Bryan is in the Money in the Bank. Pumped about that. Former winner.
Wow.
Yeah. Love Daniel Bryan. And then Elias is backstage on his way to the ring. Corbin attacks him, beats him around, smashes his guitar on him. So why does this feud need to continue?
I don't know. There's always one of these, right?
It's always Corbin.
And it's always Baron Corbin. And he's always in something like this. Wait, who was it before this? I can't even remember.
Roman.
Oh, yeah, it was Roman for like 8 months.
And then Shorty G for months. And then...
poor guy.
Yeah. Seth Rollins for months. Anyways, but Daniel Bryan's in Money in the Bank. We're happy about that.
Perfect.
And next week, they're going to have Gulak taking on that loser Corbin. And also Lacey versus Sasha is your other qualifier. So that'll be good.
Yeah, that Lacey-Sasha match is going to be
fantastic.
And Desire, hey.
But let's go to the main event.
We
got the SmackDown tag titles being defended by one man, the other half of the WrestleMania
We're doing
match.
the other one. Yeah, the other half.
No ladders this time, just a straight triple threat. We got The Miz defending against Big E and Jey Uso. So Miz and Jey team up early on. They double suplex Big E through the announce table. But this match wasn't that long. It's just quick pace, fun stuff. Jey Uso looked all right, like Jimmy did. He can hang on his own. Eventually, Miz locks the figure 4 onto Uso, but then Big E just comes in, picks him right up into the big ending, and gets the pin. He's won the tag titles for the New Day.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes. He's celebrating. We cut to Kofi watching from home, celebrating on his phone. Xavier Woods as well. He pops up. He's celebrating. He's acting like he won the title. This counts as his reign, even though he hasn't been around in 6 months.
He counts.
Yeah. He says it. He's like, I've won 2 titles without even being here.
They're the New Day. They all count. They count.
And for those keeping track at home, this was the New Day's 8th overall reign.
8th tag championship. Holy
which puts them 1 away from tying the Dudley Boys with 9 for most all time.
Wow.
And I think we can all say it's a safe bet that they will break that record.
Safe bet it's going to happen. To see Big E get that pin too is fantastic. He's always somebody we want to be a singles boy.
Future world champ.
Guaranteed. And what a main event it was for our new champions.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the tag title scene, it always goes hot and cold pretty much on SmackDown. But, the New Day's never a bad guy to keep around or to put it on.
Of course. And with the Usos kind of like back in action also, and Mizmo. Is that what we're calling
good.
them?
Yeah, they've been good.
Exactly.
So, we'll see. Then at some point as well on SmackDown, they announced that the Money in the Bank briefcase matches will have a different format this year.
A whole new format.
Yeah, which is pretty fun sounding. It's going to take place at WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. And the match is going to start on the ground floor. And they're going to work their way up the building to the rooftop where the briefcase will be hung. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be another cinematic type.
Yeah, what a wild step.
You know what? People starting on the ground floor. I want people getting stuck in elevators, people crashing through windows, helicopters. I want all sorts of shit.
Oh, yeah. No, it leads for there to be many comedy spots.
It's going to be like a Die Hard movie. People
hopefully, hopefully there's a bit where somebody's climbing through a vent.
Yeah, walking through barefoot, broken glass.
It could be a lot of fun. And then I guess, do we know anything else about the rest of the matches? Is there a chance that, because as I've been led to believe, there is like a ring above, like at the top.
On the roof.
So
yeah.
Maybe the other matches will kind of be filmed at that location. Also, just being outside could be just super cool.
Yeah,
one thing we keep forgetting is that WWE has like the most money ever.
Yeah, no, they literally
to
can.
make
they could have
these
someone
things badass.
Yeah, I want to see someone come flying in on a helicopter and grab that briefcase. Without having to touch the ground, and everyone's like, God damn it. The heist of the century.
It could happen.
Could happen. They got all month to film this thing.
Yeah.
But, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have 2 of those, just fighting up and down the whole building. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. But let's go right on here to Monday Night Raw, the other half.
Perfect. Because some brands are blue and some brands are red.
Let's get raw. Let's get raw.
And they both keep going. Some have some have old champions, some have new champions, some have relatively new champions. And our show this week kicks off with a relatively new champion, Drew McIntyre.
Yes, the man, the legend, the champion.
He has the shirt. He has a shirt that is like it's
pointing
up and it says the man. It's pointing down and it says the legend, but then it's like and kind of like circle
championship.
Yeah, like circled around his midriff is just kind of like it says like
not the penis, the champion. So the kids don't get
the penis.
Yeah. But yeah, Drew's out there. He's cutting a promo talking about getting jumped last week by Rollins and the Garza gang, Theory, and all those guys.
Ooh, the Garza gang. I like that.
Yeah. But he says, I'm the champ. I know everyone wants to be in my spot. And then Zelina Vega comes out with her gang, and yeah, they're cutting promos, and then Andrade and they sneak attack from behind, but Drew ends up hitting him with a Claymore, and Vega tells Garza in theory to help, but they don't. So Drew does a silent finger countdown, and then Claymores.
Yeah, we're back to the silent Claymores, but they're still happening. He still needs to get the mental countdown.
He did the countdown,
so he can attack it. I've been trying to think of names for this little group. I was trying to for a long time last week, trying to work on like Vagabonds.
Austin Theory throws it off by being different than the reality.
But as long as they put them in the same color, and I'll believe it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Zelina and the Vagabonds was the best one I came up with. But we'll check back on that next week, Mike. Maybe you can come up with your own little names, and then we'll compare them.
We'll see. But we got another Money in the Bank qualifier match here. Aleister Black taking on Austin Theory. Zelina Vega's on commentary, but then at some point she just gets up, comes down to distract her husband Aleister, which allows Theory to gain control. They go back and forth a while. Austin Theory avoids one black mass, but then Aleister connects with that black mass shortly after and gets the win, earning his spot in the Money in the Bank match.
Which is fantastic. His first Money in the Bank match. And what fun it must be, for the two of them, for Zelina Vega to hop on a mic and just run down her husband. I think that's a lot of fun. I think that is, I know those Work brothers don't know what we're talking about, but we're over here on the Shoot Brothers. We know what we're talking about.
We'll have to hear from them one day.
We'll have to hear from them one day and see what they have to say about this whole Zelina Vega and Aleister Black thing. But for then, I always, that's a little silver lining to this feud.
Yeah. Then we got Shayna Baszler coming out. She has a little interview with Charlie, and they talk about her breaking Sarah Logan's arm, who they mentioned a couple times on the show by name, even though she's supposedly released. But, so Sarah Logan broke an arm. Shayna Baszler did win that match last week, even though it was confusing. She's in Money in the Bank.
even though it was confusing.
The ring announcer was confused. We weren't. But anyways, Shayna's taking on Indy Hartwell. Indy from NXT, but we don't really know much about her.
I had no clue who this person was.
Yeah. So Shayna beats her around and does the same spot from last week where she stomps the arm to end the match from ref stoppage. So they're putting over this arm break spot for her now.
Yeah, no, they're everything Shayna Baszler's been doing since Mania has been spot on. She's
This
tough.
is better than the vampire. Breaking arms is better than biting.
Very much so. She's tough. She's badass, and I think she's still the favorite to probably win Money in the Bank.
I don't know. There's still some open slots here.
There's still some open slots here, of course.
I'm not making it.
Or or maybe Becky Lynch just needs a match anyways. Or,
well, she still might have a match anyways on the show, but after Shayna wins, she beats her up some more. She ends up locking her arm in a ladder and kicks it into some steel steps.
Ooh.
So she's really putting over this goon Shayna. And she keeps. I like now how she just leaves through the. She doesn't leave through the entrance. She just goes through the. I don't know the bell area.
The little just like the little back area. Whatever the
fuck
heck.
This, I'm out of here. Then we get Ricochet, Cedric Alexander taking on Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink. The Vink is back.
The Vink is back, baby.
But you know what the deal is. Ricochet, Cedric, they get the win here. They continue their momentum. They hit the little recoil lumbar check combo. They don't have.
Ricochet's sporting his new look now. He's doing the trunks thing now.
They went from the full body suit to the pants to the trunks.
They were color coordinated too. These guys work great as a little team together. Who are the champs on Raw right now? Tag champs.
Street Profits.
Right. This is a fun group to go against anyone.
Yeah,
these two guys.
You'll get an entertaining match.
Yeah, certainly.
And he grew his beard back.
Oh well, yeah, he grew it back. I did notice that too.
The clean shave was a little too clean for me with the bald head. But then big bad Nia Jax is here to take on sweet little Kairi Sane. Nia Jax tosses poor Kairi around like a rag doll, including this awful looking buckle bomb. Where, I don't know, she kind of came up short and, looked like a painful landing for Kairi there.
Yeah, it didn't look that good. Or maybe, are we sure it didn't look good? Or are we just saying it
looked
because...
good in the sense it looked painful, but I don't think it was as smooth as it should have been.
As it should have been.
But, Kairi gets a couple strikes in. She tries working over Nia's big knee. But she manages to knock her down at one point, too. She goes for the insane elbow. But Nia avoids, picks her up, and hits that big Samoan drop for the win. So the push continues.
The push continues. This irresistible force. Nia Jax is still.
No, she's the immovable object.
Is that what she's called? Hey, she's the.
No, that's what it was. It's the irresistible force versus the immovable object.
Oh.
And I'd say she's the big object, wouldn't you?
Wait, then who's?
Hulk Hogan was the irresistible force. Andre the Giant was the immovable object.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can use it in any way you want.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What do they call her? What do they call her?
I mean, they might have called her that, but
yeah, that's what I swear I can picture, fucking Michael Cole saying or something.
He might
or whoever.
But I'm justifying mine.
Of course, yes.
The immovable object.
There you go.
Seth Rollins comes out, cuts a little, or no, he doesn't. He's at home. He's cutting a promo at home.
The old home promo.
Yeah. It talks about Drew wanting that title. They're gonna fight at Money in the Bank. We haven't seen Kevin Owens since WrestleMania, have we?
We have
Since
not.
He jumped off that. But
I think we saw a promo, a pre-recorded thing, but that's it.
Oh yeah, in the parking garage or something.
Yeah, that dangerous parking garage.
Yeah. But anyways, we got another Money in the Bank qualifier here. MVP taking on Apollo Crews.
MVP coming back.
Retired twice, but he's back. He cuts a little promo before the match. He's still pretty good on the mic. He's got good talk. The match was evenly fought, a little short. Crews gets the win with his little spinning sit-out powerbomb move. Pretty good. Michael Cole called it the biggest win of Apollo Crews' career.
It could be,
it might be.
Making it to a Money in the Bank match puts you
probably the main event of the pay-per-view.
In immediate contention, so.
Yeah, and he's very athletic. He can do some flips, some crazy shit.
Exactly.
Flip off a helicopter. We'll see.
Flip off of the helicopter, yeah.
Yeah. Then we get the wonderful Liv Morgan taking on Ruby Riott. And Liv, she looks better all the time. Looks great here. Getting pretty smooth in that ring. She hit a real nice enziguri. They're going back and forth. Ruby's in control. Ruby's going for a clothesline, but then Liv just follows her, hits a quick flatliner off the middle rope. Still love that finisher. She gets the win.
Yeah, she's looking better and better each week. Since her comeback, since her forced possibly comeback, she's looked fantastic in this television, especially in this television format's change.
Yeah,
so she's
they're she's getting kind of built up on her own on the side here.
Agreed.
So we'll see what. And love that finisher. I don't know what they call it. They just call it the flatliner.
Hey man, I believe you. You can call you can call any move anything, and it's not, as long as I don't explicitly know what you're talking about. You'll probably have me fooled.
Sounds good.
I know, you don't sell me a choke slam and tell me it's a destroyer.
You're not a fool.
I'm no fool.
Yeah,
but
you're not going to call a senton a moonsault.
I wouldn't faux pas like that.
Yeah. But let's go on here. Rey Mysterio taking on Murphy in a Money in the Bank qualifier.
Another qualifier.
The last of the Raw men's side. And this was a damn good match, I thought. Buddy Murphy was doing some lucha style stuff with Rey, and he's talking trash, saying, "Hey, not bad for an old man." I love the empty arena, being able to hear the trash. Well, I don't love the empty arena.
Sometimes it worked. Yeah, it worked for this match.
Yeah,
it also worked
for
in
the
that
trash talk.
It also worked in that last match, the Liv Morgan.
Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby. Right.
Yeah. But this match was great. Murphy starts stomping on Ray's hands. They're selling he dislocated his finger or something. He's starts working that thing over. Ray hits a Panama Sunrise at one point, followed by the 619 and the Frog Splash, and he gets the win. He's going to Money in the Bank.
And what a great match! What a pay-per-view, possibly worthy match. Which is great. Buddy Murphy kind of keeps. He's never really won, but he's certainly been on a bit of a losing streak lately, right? How long can he keep losing before he moves away from Seth?
Yeah, he's got
to maybe find his own path, because right now he's just Seth Rollins' lackey, And maybe he won't always want to be that. Maybe are we are we building to Seth, buddy?
I noticed too. He had written on his pants? What's the word? It was like something about being. I don't even know. What it's called. Like disciple. I think it was disciple, like Seth's disciple.
Oh yeah, like Disciple Murphy or something.
Yeah, something like that. So.
I mean, the guy gets his fucking half his name taken away. 50% of his name is removed, and then he's just expected to start losing some matches. No, he's gonna stand up for himself.
Yeah. So we'll see. He's got to crack at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we get a bit of a surprise match here. Charlotte Flair taking on Caden Carter. I'm just wondering why this isn't on NXT.
We need our weekly dose, baby. We need our weekly dose.
Yeah, so Charlotte's here. She's the NXT Women's Champ. Carter gets a couple moves in. She surprises Charlotte early on, but, it doesn't take much for the Queen to strike back and lock in that figure 8 for the submission win.
Yeah, exactly. We're bringing this NXT belt on the other show. There's going to be a lot of this to get Charlotte.
Where's Becky? We didn't get Becky all week.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think we're just getting a lot of this because we're trying to get more eyes on NXT.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's why they did it in the first place, right? Or that's why it feels like they did it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. I don't feel like we haven't seen Becky since a little while.
Yeah.
But anyways, Andrade is taking on Akira Tozawa here. This was another fun little match. Tozawa got a lot of offense in.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah, probably like 80% of the match. But Andrade, he ends up hitting that hanging hammerlock DDT off the top turnbuckle for the win.
Such a cool maneuver that one is. I like that.
Yeah,
that hammer.
That looks great. It's like Randy Orton's, but even higher up and with one arm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Something that wasn't really worth mentioning throughout the night, Bobby Lashley was just progressively lifting bigger tires.
Oh, yeah. I know. I forgot about that, too.
Yeah. See, it happened like 3 or 4 times, but I didn't need to.
He's, I guess, because clearly we're building to the divorce of Bobby Lashley and Lana.
Yeah, Lana. So, Rusev's gone. Lana's still there.
I guess that's the big storyline right now is the divorce angle. The divorce angle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
But, he was lifting tires. So. Then we get Bianca Belair taking on Santana Garrett. And this was just a good showcase match for Belair. Street Profits on commentary going nuts for every single thing she does. But, she's strong as hell. She shows off that strength, gets the win with her KOD. Belair's looking good. Between Belair, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, there's a lot of contenders being built up here.
Like we said, this women's division is getting so talented that, there's maybe not necessarily room just for one person at the top of the totem pole, right? We have to be a short period of time away from some kind of women's mid-card belt. There's just too many people. There's too many people.
And they don't want to use the tag titles.
They don't. And it's easier to introduce an entire new belt with a lineage than it would be to come up with a reason for 2 people to like each other. Because it's more believable that we have a new belt than it would be for women to get along.
We'll see. Yeah. All I know is it would have a white strap. That's all I know.
Okay.
Based on history. But we love Belair. She's looking great.
But
let's go to the main event here. Drew McIntyre taking on Angel Garza. And of course, Drew, he's got to deal with Vega and all the other on the outside causing trouble. Drew even did some high flying in this match. He did that tope con hero over the top rope.
The tope suicida. That looks better than anything Seth Rollins has ever done. Just going over the top rope.
It was impressive, for a big man like that.
Oh, huge. The guy's got to be like 6'6", right? This guy's a brick shithouse, and he's flipping himself over. Dude. Oh, how much fun. How fun this guy is.
Yeah. And he did another, he climbed the top. He did a flying forearm with the kip up after. He was looking good. Looking like a little Shawn Michaels. And then, eventually, or at one point, Drew hits a massive boot, which nailed Garza right near the eye, cut him open.
Yeah.
And then eventually, of course, he hits the Claymore, gets the win. Yeah, Garza was bleeding. Drew was bleeding a bit from his elbow, but makes the Claymore look even more badass when the guy's bleeding from the head. Laying there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drew stands tall to end the show. He's working his way through the Vagabonds.
Exactly, the Vagabonds. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre has been doing an incredible job since, even building up to Mania and including now. Even like you see the front of the Money in the Bank poster. I'm sure you've seen it. It's fucking him. He's there and everyone's climbing up, but he's dead center.
It's a cool poster.
He's fucking.
I like
he's
how they're
smiling.
Yeah.
This is Drew McIntyre's gonna be a fantastic WWE champion. So.
Yeah, this will be a
Does
fun
he have
run.
a match at the thing? Does he have a match?
Drew?
Yeah.
He's taking on Seth.
Oh, Drew, Seth! Hey!
But you know what?
What?
Charlotte is on this poster. She does not have a match.
Not yet.
Becky Lynch is nowhere to be found on this poster, which
I did notice that Becky Lynch is nowhere to be found.
They should have.
Which is funny.
Bailey's on there. They got Bailey, Braun, Drew, and Charlotte.
And in theory, someone's competing for a chance to possibly at Becky's belt, right? So she would be there. You would think. It'd be a lot of fun if they throw in an NXT performer.
Well, they gotta do something
because that would be that would be such a great swerve if they threw in an NXT performer. They win and they come after Charlotte. Boom. That'd be so fun. That would be so fun.
Yeah, there are still to be determined slots.
There are TBDAs, even though they might be filming it already. Who the heck knows?
Yeah, what was the A for?
To be determined answers?
Okay.
That was Monday Night Raw, though, folks. Mike, I think we should take a break.
Yes, let's take a break.
We'll come back with trivia, of course, Wednesday night. So stick around.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
And we're back. We're back with the second half of the show, the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. We're everywhere. Everywhere you can find the Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast, of course. We covered our first half of the week. Of course, we have Wednesday night coming up, but there's only one way to start off our second half of the show, and that is, of course, with some trivia.
Trivia. Woo! Trivia. Woo!
Mike, I have 3 questions for you this week.
Okay, I'll give you 4. But it's kind of, if you don't know the first one, it might all fall apart.
Okay, I also have a new format that I do need to explain how it works. But you'll be able to get it.
Okay.
Let's try it out, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, mine's not any complicated format. It's just some questions. Money in the Bank's coming up. But it's not necessarily about Money in the Bank. It's just some money-related trivia.
Okay.
But wrestling stuff, wrestling money-related.
Okay, sure.
So let's start off. If you don't get this one, it might all be over. So who is the $1 Million Man?
The $1 Million Man had his $1 million belt. Ted DiBiase, wasn't it?
That is correct. You got it.
I got it. I've done a little bit of
Keep that in mind.
I'll keep that in mind. Ooh, I like this. That sounds fun. Okay, Mike. This week for you, I have I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call the theme of trivia. Matt and I have been working on the name. I couldn't really come up with anything, so we're going up with wrestling name mashups. Okay, which might actually not even explain the best way. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're putting 2 names together. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I'm actually looking for 2 names, 2 different people. Okay, and their names are such that one name will run into the other. So the end of one person's name is actually the start of another person's name, and I'm looking for both of them. And I will phrase to you these questions. I'll give you a quick example, and I think you'll be able to understand.
Okay.
So your first hint would be married to Beyonce and a rock band with beards. You think the answer might be
Jay-Z Top.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, perfect,
Sounds like a lot
right?
of fun. Sounds like fun.
Sounds like it could work, okay, Mike? Because today, because the sports season is gone, wrestling keeps going, but all the rest of the sports are done. I was thinking about some hockey lately, so these are actually going to be hockey wrestling name mashups.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to get a series of clues, and I'm going to need to hear both names for these to work.
Okay.
So let's go over an easy one. Okay, Mike. So your first clue: played in Europe before they went pro. And premiered in WCW before going to WWF. Clue number 2. In ECW, had a series of promos with a co-host named Bongo, and holds their franchise record for fastest to 25 goals. Final clue, Mike. Holds the NHL record for consecutive games with a shot on goal to start their career, and made their film debut in the 2005 hit The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard. Okay. So the first clue, you said they played in Sweden, not that they were from Sweden.
Well, I said they played in Europe before going
played in
to
Europe.
NHL.
Okay, so not necessarily Sweden.
No, I said Europe.
They played in Europe before coming to the NHL. They were they had the most shots on goals in a row to start a career.
Yep.
What was the other hockey stuff?
Has their franchise record for fastest to 25 goals.
Mm-hmm. So that's all the hockey clues?
That's all the hockey clues you got.
Okay. And give me some wrestling one again. Sorry.
Okay, no, you'll get it for this one, and then you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, premiered in WCW before going to WWF.
Yeah.
In ECW, had a series of promos with a co-host named Bongo.
Mm-hmm.
And made their film debut in the 2005 hit The Longest Yard.
See, I'm trying to think of who was in The Longest Yard. I know there were some wrestlers in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know the Great Khali was in it, but it's not him. That doesn't.
And he was on the good guys team.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember either. Who were the other wrestlers? I know Joey Diaz was in it.
Yeah, Joey Diaz was in this movie. Doesn't he die in this movie, I think?
He might.
Like he has like a heart attack or something before.
I'm trying to think. So, of course, Adam Sandler. Was Goldberg in it? I feel like there was a bald wrestler in it.
Goldberg was in this movie. That is correct.
Yeah. Goldberg was in the movie. Is that?
There was another wrestler in there though. A couple.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Would I be able to get the hockey team the player played for?
Sure. I'll give it to you on this one. The Toronto Maple Leafs.
I was actually kind of thinking the Leafs. Okay. I'm going to say Steve Austin Matthews.
I'll give it to you. I was looking for the Stone Cold Steve Austin Matthews.
Stone Cold Steve Austin Matthews. Okay.
But yeah, you're right. That was it.
Yes. Yeah. You gave me the little extra clue there.
Maybe a little extra clue.
But yes, that was good. This is a very fun game.
Okay. Now you got it. Now you've got it.
I got it.
Now you've got it.
You gave me some help on that one.
Okay. What do you have next?
All right. You know who the $1 Million Man is?
Yes, Ted DiBiase.
All right, and you kind of already said it, but what title did he introduce?
Yeah, it was called something like that, like the $1 Million, like the $1 Million belt, or I call it something. Give me a second. Yeah, $1 Million thing.
What is it?
I don't
what kind
know.
of
Yeah,
what kind of belt is it?
Like what's it called? I can picture it too. Like it's all the money. It's all the money signs.
The $1 Million.
$1 Million championship.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Perfect.
All right, there you go.
I got them.
Now your
turn. Okay, so this one's gonna be another one for you here. Okay, so next wrestling hockey name matchup.
Yes.
They are a former PWG World Tag Team Champion and only won a single Stanley Cup in their 20-year career. They've competed in 2 Royal Rumbles and are a 5-time Norris Trophy winner. And they competed on a team called the World's Cutest Tag Team, and they rank first all-time in goals by a defender.
Okay. 5-time Norris, but only 1 cup. So some of the best defensemen ever. Lidstrom won multiple cups. I feel like Bobby Orr won multiple cups. Who's the most goals ever by a D-man, you say?
That's correct.
Who's lots of scoring? Oh, fucking Pop Van or Coffee. Let me think. Okay.
You got it. You're
See,
thinking.
I get too focused on one.
You're thinking. Yeah, well, no, that's okay, right? So keep those sort of things in mind. Again,
Yes.
PWG Tag Team Champ, 2 Royal Rumbles. They were called the World's Cutest Tag Team.
World's Cutest Tag Team they were part of. Was that while they were in PWG or that?
That's
just happened?
correct.
Okay. World's Cutest Tag Team, 2 Royal Rumbles. Ray Bork won a Stanley Cup. He only won 1 cup. He was a great defenseman.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
That sounds, I don't know.
Okay. It sounds
This could be
like
good.
it could be something. I don't know.
Okay, Ray Bork. Who ends in Ray? Candice LeRae Bork?
Candice LeRae Bork. All those are truths. World's Cutest Tag Team was when she was with Joey Ryan.
Ah, yeah, that was great. Great team.
When they
I
had
think they appeared
little lollipops and stuff.
Yeah.
That was like their gimmick.
You need to. They appeared together on an episode of Glow as well.
Oh, really? No fooling.
Not as those characters, but basically the exact same.
Yeah, just with different names. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you should still need to watch that.
I do. No, it's on. It's on.
Now's the time.
It's been on
Now's
the
time.
Netflix list for fucking years now.
Yeah.
Along with Walking Dead, that's been on there for I think the entire time I've had Netflix. The Walking Dead has been on my list of shit to watch.
I played the video games. I feel like.
Oh,
that
those
was
are fun.
better.
Yeah, those are.
I
a great
feel like
time.
that's a better experience than.
Agreed.
I don't need the show now. All right, my next question for you. As I said, they're kind of all related. If you didn't know who Ted DiBiase was, this would have all fallen apart.
Oh, thank God.
But you knew who he was. You knew about his championship. And now I want you to name all 4 men that held that $1 million championship. There was 4 men. And you should be able to get at least one.
Okay, I'm going to say him.
Yes, Ted DiBiase is one of the 4.
And that's pretty much where my knowledge stops. I know he's like early to mid 90s when I think, and I'm gonna say him. I can't really picture him like around anybody else, just in like in photos I've seen. I know he has a son, but I don't know if they were like at the same time. I know he had a son though. Who knows? I'm gonna say the 2 of them.
He did have a son?
I'm gonna say at least the 2 of them, and I really got no guesses on the other 2.
All right. Well, yes, him and his son.
Hey,
Ted
no
DiBiase.
way, no way.
Ted DiBiase Jr. He was awarded the title randomly on a Raw like 20 years later.
Okay.
After. And then the other 2, Virgil, who you would recognize as Soul Train Jones on AEW.
Oh right, he kicked off a
the
show one
older-
time or something, right? Yeah.
He was kind of part of the inner circle, kind of wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He was Ted DiBiase's partner, manager, Virgil. He won the title off him.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then the final name, which might surprise you, is the ringmaster, Steve Austin.
Stone
Before
Cold
he
Steve
was-
Austin?
This was not Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was the ringmaster, Steve Austin.
Oh, you like a whole different gimmick?
Before Stone Cold ever existed, he didn't have much personality. He was just a wrestler in green trunks. He didn't have the beard. He had a bit of hair still. But he held that $1 million title. Yeah.
I've never.
You can see a picture.
Yeah, no, I want to see a photo of this. Okay,
Still
he's still himself.
Yeah,
just,
he's still himself. He just wasn't the beer
the
drinking, middle finger, goatee.
Ah, cool.
I mean, yeah. So there you go.
What do you know? What do you know? I learned something.
What do you
every
know?
day.
He was like the $1 Million Man's protege, and that's why he got the belt as well.
Interesting. And how does the Sun get put into it?
The Sun was actually Randy Orton brought in. He started his faction called Legacy, where it was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was actually pretty good. Of course, Cody, we all know Cody. But Ted Jr., he kind of retired out of the business. Just didn't want to do it anymore. So he's out.
There you go. That's cool.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay,
We're learning.
Okay, Mike. This might be the hardest one.
Mm-hmm.
You're really gonna have to stretch your mind on this one. Okay, so they are a one-time Tweet of the Week champion and a 6-time Stanley Cup champion.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sex cups.
Their theme song by CFO $, is actually used by the Washington Capitals as their goal song. And they played 4 out of the 8 games in the 1972 Canada-USSR Summit Series. And your final clue, teamed with Danny Birch in the Dusty Tag Team Cup and retired at the age of 32.
So the hockey player retired at 32?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
32, that's a young age. Teamed with Danny Birch and the Dusty Rhodes. Okay. Yeah, read me back some clues.
I'll read you back some clues. So one-time Tweet of the Week champion, 6-time Stanley Cup champion. Okay. Their entrance music is used by the Capitals as their goal song. And they played 4 out of the 8 games in the 1972 Canada-USSR Summit Series. They teamed with Danny Birch in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Cup, and they retired at the age of 32.
Did you say they won 5 Stanley Cups?
6 Stanley Cups,
6
actually.
Stanley
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
A lot of
I
cups.
feel like that has to be like a Montreal Canadian guy. He won that many cups. In the 70s, hockey players in the 70s Summit. See, I only know, 70s.
Well, for some reason, they only played 4 out of the 8 games.
Yeah, that makes it think like maybe a goalie.
Okay.
Or famous Canadian goalies of the 70s. Or wait, not necessarily Canadian. I don't know why I said. Well, yeah, no, never mind. Canadian Summit.
I wouldn't be able to name
Canadian.
a single person on that USSR team.
Yeah.
I don't know about you personally. I probably couldn't.
Yeah. So Canadian goalies of the 70s. I don't think Hextall's Canadian.
I think he's American.
Yeah. Let me think more. So CFO $, Washington Capitals goal song. I'm trying to think when they score.
They do it a lot. I know it's been a long time,
yeah.
but they do it a lot. They sure do score.
What's a good song that would be like?
I know. I knew this one was going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I feel.
So 6
Can you tell me what NHL team they played for?
6 Stanley Cups. Who do you think?
Montreal. So
Yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah.
So who the hell? Because I know I'm trying to think of famous Montreal goalies. Obviously, Patty Waugh was after that.
Yeah, of course.
How many? Jacques Plante? I don't know.
No, it'd be after that.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
Somewhere
those two.
between those two.
Yeah, trying to think of goal because I don't in the game.
That's the thing. I guess you're always playing as You know, the Leafs. You're never taking a look at those dirty Montreal Canadiens teams.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to give up on this.
You have to give up on this one. Okay.
pains.
Okay. Six-time Stanley Cup champion. You're right. So it is a goalie. And of course, one-time Tweet of the Week champion. Who's been the most random Tweet of the Week champion we've had?
The most
The
random.
most random one. It was a couple weeks back. The answer we were looking for was actually One Lorcan Dryden.
Oh, yeah. See, I was thinking One Lorcan for the one part, but I wouldn't have gotten
Or
this.
yeah, we were looking for Orne.
Because of the Dusty Cup one.
Yeah, he was in the Dusty Cup. Yeah, One Lorcan Dryden is what we were looking for.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah.
You know what? I thought we could stretch it out, but you know we're gonna refine.
It was good.
We're gonna refine this game, this trivia, and it's gonna come back because that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Indeed.
But you still have one more question for me.
One last money-related trivia.
Perfect.
And it just kind of all happened to do with Ted DiBiase. So, but when else are we gonna have a chance to do this? So, anyways,
Probably next year. I'm Money in the Bank.
no, because I'll have a different money theme.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, last year was actual Money in the Bank trivia. This year was Ted DiBiase trivia.
Perfect.
Next year might be like currency.
That might be actual. What's the
Yeah,
name
what
of the
color is
currency?
the-
And
But anyways, final question. There was another money-related character that teamed up with Ted DiBiase to form Money Inc. And they won the tag titles 3 times. 3 times.
Money
3 times.
Inc.
Tag champs. Yeah. So Ted DiBiase and this man. Yeah, if you can think of any other money-related gimmick.
And what was the year that we said it was like?
Well, they won it 3 times, so it'd probably be early to mid 90s.
Right. I really don't think there is. You know what? I've never heard Money Inc. before.
Yeah, this other guy, he's not mentioned too much, but if you know him, you know him. If you watched back then, and played the video games.
Another money name. Like I'm picturing something silly like Mr. $1,000,000 or something like that. I've got nothing though. I've got nothing.
All right, his name was IRS, which
What does it stand for?
stood for Irwin R. Shyster.
They call him a shyster?
Yeah.
Oh my
And of
lord!
course, yes,
Oh my
the
lord!
Internal Revenue Service. But yeah, he came out with his tie and his overalls and his pants and his briefcase, and he was just another money guy. He was like, I'm the IRS.
that's funny.
Collect your debt. Yeah. There you go. That's all we got.
That's great. Irwin B. Shyster.
R. Shyster.
R. Shyster. So Irwin
IRS.
B. Shyster. That's fantastic. What another great week of trivia.
Yeah, always lots of fun.
Gotta say. We got to transition over, though, because trivia, the fun and games can't last forever because, God damn it, we got to get back to some wrestling where
Well, it's still fun, though, right?
Exactly. But
most-
the fun and games are over for us because now comes the serious journalism that comes across with the job, and that is reporting back to you what happens on every single TNT AEW Dynamite.
AEW. All elite. They coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
Because there's a belt that's coming out. And they got a new belt coming out.
We don't know what it looks like yet. They haven't showed us, which is kind of cool. The other times they showed you ahead of time. This time it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be a surprise. I can't wait. And we got to get to that.
Something else. Yeah, it was also kind of surprising. You might have been confused what show you were watching because it opens. We get a very similar view to the WWE hacker. It was like this chair with a bunch of screens, and then Cody goes and sits down in front of it. Mm-hmm. Do you think this was on purpose to kind of be a parody of that?
I don't know.
It looks.
I know.
I know it's not like necessarily a WWE original thing, but it looked like almost identical angle and everything.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. No, I don't like AEW. They don't take cheap shots like that. You know. And...
They have a couple cheap shots, but anyways, Cody's sitting at this desk. He kind of just looks over the screens. It kind of shows all the guys in the TNT tournament getting some clips. Good little video package. Mm-hmm. And then we get right into the action. Sammy Guevara is taking on Darby Allin in a TNT tournament quarterfinal. And we got Jericho back on commentary again, doing a great job as always.
As always.
But yeah, Sammy Guevara though, he attacks Darby during his entrance. We get right into it, throwing him at the guardrails, all sorts of shit. He grabs a ladder, sets it across the ring and the barricade, places Darby on it, and then he climbs up to the top rope and hits a huge diving splash onto Allen, onto that unforgiving steel ladder. This was not a gimmicked, breakable.
It was a
WWE
nope.
ladder.
This was not. This was no trick, baby. This was no trick.
This was real steel.
Real steel. Feel it.
Starring Wolverine. What's his name?
Oh yeah, no, that's Blue Steel. Yeah. What's his
No,
name?
Blue Steel's Zoolander.
Whoops.
I never saw that movie though, but I saw Zoolander, of course.
I was about to say what?
The robot fighting
You've
league.
never seen Zoolander?
Yeah, the robot fighting Real Steel. What's his name? What's the Hugh Jackman?
Huge Jackman. Yeah.
I was gonna say Gene Hackman. I get their names mixed. It's like dyslexia.
Phonetically, it does sound the same. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene
Although
Hackman,
one's,
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Who?
What?
It's like a Norm Macdonald bit. If Gary Oldman was a young man.
That's exactly like something he would say.
Yeah. But anyway, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, he does all this shit before the match can even start. Finally puts him in the ring. But Darby kicks out at 2. And then he rips off Sammy's boot and his sock, and he starts twisting that ankle all around, working it over. But Sammy's fighting back. He's hobbling around on one foot. Darby Allin gets his nose busted open at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sammy got his mouth busted too. He was kind of maybe had a loose tooth. I don't know.
I don't know what was happening. There was a little bit too much blood.
Yeah. Darby goes for his real suicide dive again as Guevara avoids, and Darby just fucking dives headfirst into a barricade, killing himself. And Jericho on commentary gets mad again, saying, "Look at that idiot Pineapple Pete standing around." I love how he hates him. Anytime he sees this Pineapple Pete guy, he just...
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, no, because I think this is still like they filmed this weeks ago. I think.
Yeah, I think they do a bunch.
Yeah, so we're still on that like we were saying the other day or like a couple weeks ago, like Jericho and Schiavone just going nonstop for like 10 hours. I bet we're eventually we're gonna hit the point where it's Jericho's like last hour of being on this huge stretch, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. This might have been it. Who knows?
And this was fun. Yeah. Sammy Guevara climbs up to the top rope on his one good foot, and he hits 630. A little bit of a weird. The landing looked a little scary, but he was all right. I don't know. He made it. He made it around. But he only gets a 2 pin or a 2 count. Darby grabs the rope, and then eventually we get a bunch of quick reversals. Darby applies this leg lock, turns it into a pin, which he calls the Last Supper, and gets a 3 count. Kind of a cool.
Yeah, that was a cool little pin there. Yeah.
Yeah, so Darby Allin, he advances to the semifinals to face Cody Rhodes, a man that they have some history together.
They do.
Had some
They
great
do.
matches.
They had the great match. One of the first the first great AEW matches, surely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the well executed draw.
Yeah.
That you don't see too often.
And then the chair shot heard around the world. You know, it was.
Yeah. And then we go to Matt Hardy speaking from his compound, and he talks about how he challenged Jericho and he invited him over for the Elite Deletion battle, but he didn't get a response. Just an episode of the Bubbly Bunch. So, and the only one who mentioned his name was Sammy Guevara, so he invites him instead if Jericho won't accept. But he says maybe Jericho will speak to the vessel of regular Matt Hardy, and then he transforms, and we just get real regular Matt talking about Jericho.
This normal guy in a t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah. No broken accent. He just says Jericho wants to knock off the Elite, the pillars of AEW, so he can take it over. But AEW is a platform for the future, and he wants to keep the business alive for the generations that follow. So he says, come on, send Lil Sammy, I'll kick his ass and everyone else in the inner circle until he gets to you. So there you go.
And this is exactly, I think this is what happened to Moxley last time too. Like to get to Jericho, you do have to go through everybody else. That's how it works.
Yeah, climb the chain.
Yeah.
Then we go, Kenny Omega is taking on Alan Angels.
Which I think is somebody who's done this before, I think.
Yeah, we've seen him at least once or
Yeah,
twice.
I thought so.
Yeah, he gets a couple strikes in, but then Kenny hits him with a big power bomb, followed by the V-trigger to get the win. Mm-hmm. No one. He doesn't need the one-winged angels. This guy isn't big enough for that.
He's good.
He's good. And then a special treat. we get Orange Cassidy in a rare singles match taking on Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, I don't see that every day.
Yeah, so of course Havoc attacked him last week, so something there. But then Havoc's cheap shotting him to start the match. He gains control. He's choking Orange Cassidy with his own denim jacket, slamming him to the guardrails, suplex onto the floor. They mentioned how Jimmy Havoc's only had one loss in 2020, so quietly racking him up on Dark, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so Havoc, he's dominating the first half here. He puts Cassidy's own hands in his pocket, starts beating him up. But then this is when OC makes his comeback. They're exchanging blows. Then the small crowd's doing the yay and the boos, which is fun. And of course, Orange Cassidy's doing his weak little punches. But then he fires up and hits a real big Superman punch. Penelope Ford jumps up on the apron to distract. So Chucky T's goes after her, pulls her down, but she lands right into the splits. Perfectly like Melina used to do. Mm. And then Kip Sabian just comes running in, takes out the best friends. Penelope comes up. She jumps at Orange Cassidy. He avoids. Then he applies his own unique pinning combination on Havoc and gets the 3. So our buddy, Orange Cassidy, wins.
Yeah, this fell apart. I like, yeah, Penelope Ford like showing up like it would felt like inexplicably sort of showing up back on that ring apron, and then Chuck Taylor and then Kip Sabian. There was a little bit there I didn't understand what the heck was happening.
There was a lot of chaos.
We're like the confident and sarcastic Orange Cassidy that took on Pac at Revolution, like that is what we want to see. This was more like he was kind of jobber squashed, and then it was weird in the middle, and then he does get a win though, so okay. Yeah,
he does get a win, and this is the kind of thing that we talked about before, saying they can save him for pay-per-views if they want, and they kind of just gave it away, but whatever. We still love Orange Cassidy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Then we get a video of MJF from his home, just saying, mankind is going through a tough time right now. The fact that MJF has not been on Dynamite for all of us.
Yeah.
But he says, he suffered a terrible hangnail injury when he was doing all that gambling a few weeks ago. And he has like a little cast on his pinky. It's kind of funny. But he will be back, and he will rise from the ashes like the Phoenix.
Perfect.
So we'll see. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yes.
Then we get his bodyguard, Wardlow, taking on another perennial jobber, Lee Johnson here. And, of course, Wardlow just uses his strength, tosses this guy all around, gets the win with his F10.
The F10, no, this was great. He looks badass.
Yeah, just a big, strong, looks like Elias, even bulkier.
Yeah.
But, he looks good. And then we get a teaser for... Dark Order's next recruit, just some failed football player guy. And we go to Brody Lee, just kind of speaking to this man. He wants to offer him the strength, the power of the Dark Order. And he gives him a mask. So, who is this? Is this Gronk? Maybe this is actually Gronk.
Is it Gronk?
I don't know. But then Mr. Brody Lee himself comes out to wrestle, taking on the next jobber of the week, Justin Law. So, Lee destroys Law here, just tosses him around and beats him and with a discus lariat, and then after Brody Lee stares down Marco Stunt again, and then they do announce that Brody versus Marco will take place next week. And then could this be the time of recruitment for poor little Marco?
And he's impressionable. He's a little kid. He's impressionable.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see it, and I'm down with it.
After just watching Marco Stunt kind of get the shit kicked out of him by Lance Archer, and Jurassic Express was nowhere to be seen, maybe it's about time that Marco Stunt gets himself some real guidance in life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Some protection, some brotherhood.
Yeah. Also, Brody Lee, the Exalted One, was so long anticipated, and we paid it off, but shouldn't he be doing something a little maybe more important?
Than beating up jobbers?
Or I was going to say, not recruiting people. I sort of think, he's the Exalted One, boom, boom. This guy's power is unwielding, and he's able to do things. But now we're just kind of oh, no, he's just kind of barely maybe recruiting people. If he doesn't recruit somebody fast, then what the fuck's, are we all so scared about?
Yeah. He should be able to brainwash you with a single glance
or something, at least. Yeah, he does need to prove to us that, hey, he's going to turn you into a believer.
That's why I'm all for him brainwashing Marco Stunt.
Thumbs up, baby.
Yeah, let's do that. So hopefully next week he just kills him, takes him away, and the next time we see Marco, he's a corrupt young youth.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. But then we get our next episode of the Bubbly Bunch. The Inner Circle, once again, they're all FaceTiming, and poor Sammy Guevara's all depressed. Jericho says, hey, I don't know what'll cheer you up. Let's all do the flim flam. Winner gets a prize, a container of hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just get a bunch of little TikToks of everyone in the Inner Circle doing their flim flams.
Doing their flim flams, yeah.
And then eventually Sammy gives in. He starts doing backflips, break dancing, and Jericho gets mad. He's like, damn it, Sammy, why you always got to show off? Enjoy your hand sanitizer. So there you go. Is that tension in the Inner Circle?
Yeah, there is a lot of tension there too, right? I mean,
eventually,
Chris Jericho's not the champion anymore, right?
He's not the champ, and Sammy's showing off. He's doing flips. He's looking sexy, and, and what's he gonna do? But another fun episode of the Bubbly Bunch.
Of course.
But then we go to the main event, the final of the quarterfinals for the TNT title. Mm-hmm. Dustin Rhodes taking on Kip Sabian. And Dustin announced earlier in the week that he is putting his career on the line in this match.
For no reason. Nobody asked
him
to put your career on the line, Dustin Rhodes.
He just wanted to raise the stakes himself so he wouldn't underestimate Kip. I don't think this step applies for the whole tournament.
Neither do I.
Because there's no way he's going to beat Lance Archer. I'm not. It's actually kind of funny, too. Like the day before this match, he was on, I listened to TSN 1050 radio here in Toronto, and they had Dustin Rhodes on as a guest.
No fooling.
And before they had him on, a bunch of the guys, they're like in their 30s and stuff, so they know Goldust from the Attitude Era. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to ask him this and ask him that. And then when Dustin came on, he was just like full on kayfabe the show. He's like, oh, guys, I put my career on the line tomorrow. I'm going to really need you rooting for me here. And they weren't expecting him to be... they wanted to ask him some questions. They wanted to ask him,
tell me about Vince McMahon.
He was just selling the match.
Yeah,
and he was just selling. He was like, guys, I'm really gonna need to focus on this match. My career, I just put on the line.
No, that's fantastic. But at the same time, though,
it was funny.
At the same time, though, you're in your 30s. You want to ask somebody all of these questions, and also you're a reporter or a journalist at some point. Like as soon as if you realize that, if let's say, Mike, you were ever given the opportunity to talk to Dustin Rhodes somehow, and then when your conversation with him starts, you get he's not breaking character right now. I would lean so hard into that. Oh my god! That'd be so much fun. You're doing like a promo with a legend.
That's what they said the next day. The guy was like, "Oh man, I really wish I would have just gone Mean Gene on him." And
it would have been so fun. Exactly. Just
because they were talking about your father Dusty, your brother Cody, and over, and they were just.
Yeah. No, I guess you would have to really pivot, right? Maybe they had some kind of management telling them what they should or should not do, but damn.
It was fun, though. Yeah. Good tie-in promotion because they play it on TSN here in Canada. But, anyways, on to the match. Dustin was out here. He's got Brandy in his corner because Kip's got that Penelope causing shenanigans.
She's been causing shenanigans all night.
Yeah, these past few weeks, she's been all over the place.
Jesus Christ.
But Dustin, though, looking great still. Age 51. He's showing he's still got it. Kip's in control for a while. Dustin hits a big spine buster to start his comeback. Kip Sabian tries to distract the ref at one point, so Penelope gets in, but Brandy goes in after her, hits a big spear to take her out. So after all this, Dustin hits a Code Red Destroyer, and he gets the win off that. So someone finally gets a pin off a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, no, very, very rarely. That's like the Destroyer is the best move to kick out of.
It's such a damn good move.
It's such a damn good move. So when somebody kicks out of it, it's just like, holy shit.
Big pop.
Huge pop.
But not this time.
Not this time.
Dustin.
And Dustin's been doing like one of these every 2 weeks. He kind of I feel like he works up to it.
It's like he's new. He learned it this past year. He's like, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. No, every 2 weeks. Not every time.
Not every Dustin, he advances to the semifinals to face Lance Archer. So good luck.
Good luck. Is the bracket still leaning towards Lance Archer, Cody being is the bracket still
that's the way
it's still built that way?
It's built that way, but they could swerve us.
Of course
Cody.
Of course they could. No, I just I can't remember just what it looked like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the safe bet though would be Lance Archer in the finals either way.
Yes, of course. Well, the way he's been just rummaging through this.
Yeah, his boy Jake
team,
the Snake
yeah.
watching from home.
Exactly.
Cheering him on. But yeah, there was your Dynamite. We're halfway through this title tournament.
Halfway through this title tournament and halfway through our Wednesday night action because the Wednesday night war continues over on NXT.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Got a tap out, a count out, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we just cut. The
Smash
show
cut,
opens.
smash cut to.
Yeah, cut right there. We don't know what happened because the NXT locker room's trashed, and Finn Balor's gone missing. He's MIA.
MIA, missing in Balor.
AWOL.
Yeah.
Missing in AWOL. Finn Balor, yeah, he's gone. He was supposed to face the Velveteen Dream tonight. But, yeah, since he's not here, Regal has removed him from the match due to being abducted. So
What an odd reason, too.
Yeah.
Like, you've never heard of that
Couple
before.
suspects. Could it be
abduction.
Could it be Karrion Kross? Could it be this Luchador gang? We don't know.
We have no idea. Just wait until next week when we find
Could it be
out that
Imperium?
when we see the video footage of Finn Balor
Yeah, the hacker
walking
knows.
through the parking lot, and then he's gonna get jumped. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, the hacker has the footage somewhere.
Oh yeah, is he gonna come into play? Can we? It would be
don't
nice
know.
to see
I don't
him
know.
just kind of pop up there, like, "Hey guys, I'm fucking with stuff over here too," and then he kind of like dips away.
Yeah, so then Velveteen Dream comes out, and he mocks Balor's entrance, doing the whole wah pose on the ropes. And he says, "I've been stood up by a demon." Finn Balor calls him Balor. I don't know if he's just yeah. But so Adam Cole comes out, and he says, people assumed that Dream versus Balor was an unofficial #1 contender match, but now that Balor's not here, you can dream on. You'll never be NXT champion. And I don't know what happened to Finn, but what will happen to you is this. And then Roddy and Bobby Fish jump Velveteen Dream. Adam Cole comes in. They're beating him 3-on-1 until Keith Lee comes out to make the save. He clears the ring. They got to stick together.
They gotta stick together. Wild. What was happening? What is happening?
I don't know. I like it though. I like this mystery angle. Who killed Finn Balor?
Yeah, who killed Finn Balor? It's trying to be one of the plots of the year. Yeah, it was this weird, like, throwing everything together, and I guess, like, we have a main event kind of consisting of these players later.
Yeah, well, even more crazy. I guess even more wild. But we'll get there. We got another tag match to take care of. Shotzi Blackheart teaming up with Tegan Nox, taking on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. Shotzi got her tank back. Love that.
I got a little tank back.
Yeah, She looks great. She continues to look great here. Her and Tegan working well together. Eventually, everything breaks down. Nox and Kai take each other out, and then Raquel hits a big one-armed powerbomb on Shotzi to get the win. Her first.
Is that her first win? Oh, of course you would. Yeah, of course
think
you.
so.
Well, I think you would know that now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, but there you go. So yeah, Shotzi though, she'll get it back.
Yeah, she will. She will. This looked great though. Another good one.
Yeah. But now we got a cruiserweight tourney Group A match. We got Jake Atlas taking on Drake Maverick.
Drake Maverick.
Yes, the man who's been released, and
Was he not a victim of the releasing?
He was, and I think I mentioned last week his emotional promo on Twitter, which they played here.
The tearful
tears.
sorrows heard round the world, folks.
Yeah. So is this a work or is this
Mike,
real life?
I'm glad you used
shoot
those
meter.
words. The shoot meter is flying on this one.
Yes, So Drake Maverick and Sarah Logan are the only two that make me think maybe they're still around, or maybe they plan on. I don't know what the deal is, but this is full on storyline. I mean, not full on storyline, but they're using it as a storyline. Whether this was, I don't know. But I'm behind. It makes you be behind
They
Drake.
built this video package like this match was, he was like, my whole career is based on this match. But at the same time, WWE probably rarely acknowledges somebody who was just released, let alone given a video package to say that, and he was on the bump, one of their like off, kind of like off schedule shows or whatever they have. Mike, the shoot meter's flying. I don't think Drake Maverick got fired.
Yeah, it's because he's still got at least 2 more matches to
Or
go
maybe
as well.
he
So
did get fired, but then they have since rescinded on that offer or released whatever it is. But I think this is not the last we've seen of Drake Maverick.
no, I don't think so either. And even for some of the others, I think will come back as well. But yeah, there's too much storylines going on. Even
It's
if he doesn't win the
odd. It
tournament.
is odd.
But yeah, anyways, Drake, he's focused. This is the most serious we've seen him in a long time. He puts up a good fight here against Jake Atlas. They climb up to the top rope. Drake goes for a Hurricane Rana, but Atlas just holds on, so Drake falls hard to the mat. And then Atlas hits this really cool cartwheel along the top rope into a DDT onto Drake, and he gets the win, earning himself a point. So Drake, he's down. He needs to go 2 for 2, I think, in his next matches to stand a chance.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so even more underdog storyline
Yeah.
going
Well,
on.
hey,
If he loses the next match, then it might just be not a work.
and then it's not a work. But until then, until that moment comes,
Yeah.
shooting all over
see.
the place. Yeah.
But we got more cruiserweight tourney action here. Kushida taking on Tony Nese. Another good back and forth. And just like the last match, they fight up to the top rope. Kushida hits a little Spanish fly into a Sakamara lock, gets the submission victory, and a point in his group. So he's picking up steam these last little while, Kushida. He's finally winning a bunch of matches in a row.
Yeah, winning a bunch of matches in a row because, shit, man, we just haven't seen him ever.
Yeah. They brought him in, and he did nothing for months.
Don't think he's ever had a match on a pay-per-view, that's for sure.
No.
Just so getting through this round robin could be a great, could be great for him.
Yeah. So let's see. Then we get a quick little promo for Karrion Kross and Scarlett, just kind of saying the doomsday is upon NXT. So we'll see soon. Hopefully soon we'll get a good look at them in person.
Yes, because we are yet to see them in a non-shadowy light.
Yeah. Exactly. And then we get this video from inside the Gargano household as Johnny and Candice they're at dinner just talking about all they've done in NXT and how they built this place. And, Candice, she always put all the other women over and all this bullshit. And Candice also has this new look, like purple and gray hair, dark lipstick.
Yeah,
She look
she's
cool.
she's
like a dark witch.
She's turned.
I like it. Yeah, looks good. That bubblegum baby face got her nowhere. So
I know. Well, I mean, I know Johnny Gargano's evil, so let's make Candice LeRae evil also.
Exactly. I don't want to say it. Mia Yim taking on Jessie Kamea. Just kind of an easy win here. Mia Yim hits the protect your neck, gets the win.
I don't think I've seen this other person before. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
me neither.
know much about her, but whatever. Charlotte Flair comes out after.
Perfect.
Nice.
Finally, I'm sucked back in.
Nice of you to stop by on NXT, Charlotte. She says, out of the deepest division in WWE, I want a match with you first, Mia. So I hope you want it too. And Yim says, yeah, you know what? I've watched you grow into the queen you are these last few years, and I would be honored to be in that ring with you. So, and Charlotte acknowledges that 5 years ago, Mia Yim helped her become a star, and she's always been a good hand. And next week, I can help finally make you one too. It's a bit of a backhanded compliment, but that should be a good match. Let the main event give them 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Charlotte said it right off the bat, right? This is the deepest division in WWE. Is this women's scene
stacked
on NXT? It's fucking stacked. And just excited for fresh matches.
Yeah. Tons of, so many.
So much potential.
Then we get to another cruiserweight tourney match. We got gentleman Jack Gallagher taking on El Hijo del Fantasma.
Yeah.
No way Vince will let him keep that full name. So.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Fantasma.
Yeah, as soon as Vince McMahon becomes aware of who that person is, he will get halved at least.
Yeah, but he's a well-known in the lucha world. His father is legendary Fantasma. And then, of course, Mean Jack Gallagher with all his new tattoos we mentioned before.
Yeah, he's looking pretty hard out there.
Yeah. You never see him anyway, so some people might be shocked, like, wow, look at all this ink.
Yeah.
But Gallagher, he's a small guy, but he doesn't really do much high flying. He's more of a submission style.
Yeah, Matt wrestler, one could say.
Yeah. And Phantasma, eventually he hits this nice Samoan driver to get the win and a point in his group. So good win for his debut there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the match, Phantasma's being interviewed in the War Zone, the NXT parking lot.
Don't stay away. Oh my
But,
God. Like, how many times do we have to tell you? It's almost like it's a joke now. Or like, I just picture them sitting there in the writer's room.
They're in on it.
being like, the writers in there like, fuck, okay, so we need him to get jumped. Where do we make it happen? And they all just like look at each other and just like, the parking lot.
Yeah,
Write it
it's the
down.
place. So he's there. He's getting interviewed, and then the Lucha Gang van just pulls up. They come out. They try to abduct Phantasma, but he manages to fight them off, and they drive away empty-handed. But was this all just a ploy? I think he could be the one behind it. Who knows?
You think so?
I don't know. But either way, this abduction angle continues.
Of course, everyone's just getting fucking abducted. And in the time of social distancing, everybody is getting abducted.
Yeah. Well, at least they were wearing masks.
At least they were wearing masks.
But let's go to the main event. We got the team of Velveteen Dream teaming up with Keith Lee to take on Adam Cole and Roddy Strong, representing the Undisputed Era. Dream has a new NWO-inspired shirt, which says OVA, O-V-A.
Yeah, I like that.
Dream
That's
OVA.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Go to WWEshop.com.
Yes. Use the coupon code Shoot Brothers. See what happens.
Just fucking see what happens. I don't know. Let's. It could work.
So this match starts in chaos. Bobby Fish is causing trouble on the outside. So the ref just says, you know what? Get out of here. He kicks him out. But then Damian Priest shows up and he nails Keith Lee with a nightstick right in the throat twice. So Lee can't breathe. His larynx might be crushed. So he's out. Dream's on his own. So Strong and Cole, they're all over the Dream until Dexter Loomis, of all people,
Yes.
comes out
Of all
Yes,
people.
of all people, the silent serial killer. Maybe he's the one beside Finn's death.
Could be the death of Finn Balor. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, so a nice surprise here. Loomis is there. He replaces Lee. Velveteen Dream hits a Dream Valley driver on Strong, and then Dexter reaches out for a tag. He makes the tag. The ref allows it, so Dexter's in the match.
The ref allows it. That's the best
Yeah,
part.
Dexter's just raining blows on the Undisputed Era. He's running wild. Bobby Fish comes back out. So Dexter takes him out, tags in the Dream, hits a Tope-Can Hero to take out Fish and Strong. And then back in the ring, Velveteen hits the Purple Rainmaker elbow onto Adam Cole to get the win. He has pinned the NXT champion. And a weird ally of Dexter Loomis. This was very interesting. I loved it.
Yeah, very.
Is he a face? Is he just doesn't give a fuck?
Yeah, weird for Dexter Loomis to be thrown in there. Keith Lee, Damian Priest, maybe robbing us of a match, kind of maybe.
Yeah,
what could have
setting up.
been, but setting up something that could be even better.
Yeah, and I dig this Loomis, man. He's out of nowhere these past 3 weeks. They obviously see something in him, and he doesn't even celebrate the win. He just stares at Dream from the outside with his serial killer eyes.
With his unrelenting gaze.
I love it.
Yeah,
The mustache and the eyes is just perfect.
he's great. No, he's gonna be one to watch. I'd love it if.
And we don't know what he is. Is he babyface? Is he heel? I don't know what.
He doesn't.
I like the idea of a heel who hates heels, and he just beats up all the heels.
Like he does heely shit to
yeah,
heels.
but he goes in against the bad guys.
I like that, like an odd Robin Hood.
Because Finn Balor is technically a heel, and maybe he took him out tonight, like I said.
That's a good point.
Because it was supposed to be Finn versus Dream, and this whole match wouldn't have happened. So who knows? But that was NXT. Another fun episode.
Another great episode. Both companies now have settled into the new format, and
the Empty Arena era.
The Empty Arena era, as it will forever be known. And now they've, the kinks have been worked out. The production, the set has been put in place. Things are really going back on the up. I gotta say.
Yeah, storylines are progressing. We're getting good wrestling, promos, characters are being pushed. It's all good.
It's all good. But that was Wednesday night. That was Wednesday Night Wars and the rest of the show. So I think it's about time that, Mike, you and I give our Wrestlers of the Week.
It's the wrestler of the week, the wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week, the wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week, the wrestler
and there was a lot of wrestling this week. Unlike other weeks, we had so many qualifiers for things and tournaments. But Mike, I gotta give my last show of the week. I was going off about this earlier. Sonya Deville crushed it on the mic this week. It was really compelling what she was saying. This was a lot of fun, and like I said, man, just great mid-card women's action. And they're doing one hell of a job down there. The two of them. I mean, that whole storyline's been a lot of fun. But Sonya Deville, you're taking the cake this week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, my week. There's tons of great matches. For me, it came down to two women as well. The runner-up, last week's champion, Zelina Vega. I almost gave it to her this week for being so great again.
She's been climbing up the ladder.
She's basically the top heel on Raw right now.
She's pretty much the top heel on Raw.
Yes.
Gotta give a thumbs up.
But no, I am going to go with this week's Wrestler of the Week by unanimous decision.
Ooh,
Sonya Deville.
Look at that.
Excellent promo. She did show the fire behind the desire. And yes, I've always been a fan of hers. And yeah, this could be a nice singles run for her. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will see. Between her and Mandy, great things are on the horizon for a lot of the women on NXT, on AEW. The things are looking up all over the place.
Yeah, we love it.
But that was the show. That was the whole podcast. You know, it was the whole week. Rate, review, like, and subscribe because we're everywhere. We probably have like 2 weeks until another pay-per-view. It's so nice.
Yeah, I think so this time now the wait almost seems too long. There's nothing going on. I'm ready for Money in the Bank.
Usually we're pumping out a show every 5 days around this time because we would have been to Saudi or Australia or something.
Previews, reviews, takeovers,
reviews,
all sorts of stuff.
But that's not the case. We have a couple more weeks, and very much looking forward to this year's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spectacle. It's going to be great.
It's going to be one hell of a match. I can't wait. I can't wait till next week, though. We'll be back when we talk about more wrestling action. Mike, you take care of yourself. You got to stay safe out there, bud.
Oh, yeah.